Hi everyone, this is Mindy Eggen and welcome to my channel. In today's video, I am going to share with you inspiration using the Autumn Delight stencil from the Autumn Delight card kit from Gina Designs. When I sat down to create this card, I was actually having a pretty rough day. And when I don't know what else to do for a background, I kind of have a go-to background style that I like to use, and that's what I'm going to do today. If you're interested in any supplies that I'm using today, I will have them linked down below in the video description and over on my blog. Now, here is a look at the stencil. This is the Autumn Delight stencil that's included in the Autumn Delight card kit. It is a part of the card kit right now, and it will be released individually at the following release. What I really love about this stencil is not only the beautiful design, but it also has a coordinating die. So the first thing I like to do is take a piece of layering weight white cardstock. I have mine trimmed to 6x6 and I secured it down to my work surface with some repositionable tape. Now, what I was just showing you there is that each stencil is labeled in the bottom corners to let you know the order in which to do them in. And I will be coloring mine in using the Orchid collection from Gina Designs. So I placed layer one of the stencil down over the top of my cardstock, and I'm holding the stencil in place with some post-it tape or a low tack tape. And then I'm going to start with the lightest color from that ink collection. This is the light orchid, and I'm using a mini blending brush. I always start kind of in that bottom area of the flower and blend my way up so it gets lighter as it gets towards the edges. Now, still leaving that stencil one in place, I'm going to bring in medium orchid. And again, I'm going to start down in that bottom portion of the flower, blend my way out, but not all the way. I'm going to leave the tips of the flower kind of that lighter orchid pink. Now I can remove stencil one. I will line up stencil two. It lines up very easily in the open areas of the stencil, but plus I'm also lining up the corner with the corners of my cardstock. Now, starting out, I'm going to come in with that medium orchid ink, which was the last color that I had used. I blended that out kind of again, getting a little lighter handed as I get towards the edges of the petals. And then I'm going to bring in dark orchid, and I'm really going to focus this color down in the bottom portion of each of the flowers. That's really just going to help build up the contrast and make this look a little bit more, if I want to say 3D, but it's going to give the flower a little bit more dimension. Then I'm going to bring in stencil three. Now, these last two stencils are going to be for the leaves. There's two layers for the leaves, just like the flowers. And I'm starting out with a key lime ink. This is my base color. So I'm blending in all areas of this stencil. I'm going to leave it in place and bring in grass green. Once again, I'm kind of focusing more on where the leaves are going to be closest to the stems, adding that darker shade of color. And then once I finish this off, I can remove this layer of the stencil, bring in the last layer, which is adding detail to the leaves and also adding these stems. I'm starting off with that same grass green, kind of going a little heavy handed here for these stems and where these stems are going to connect to the flowers, because I think that would be darker. But I'm also going to step it up here. I will be bringing in dark spruce for this. And I really kind of scatter this because if I get too close to some of the petals, I'll get that on, just various, or not petals, leaves, various areas of the leaves. So I'm kind of scattered with the dark spruce. Now that finishes off the stenciled portion for my flowers, which turned out beautiful. And this is going to look good in just really any color combination. I lined up the coordinating die. I'm going to hold that down actually in three places because it's a pretty large image. I held that down with the post-it tape. I'm placing this on my cutting mat, and then I'm going to place the platform over the top. And I'm using my Gina Designs intricate die cut machine to cut this out. So you want to check your manual for your settings. I just have mine, I think on zero and on die cut. Cuts it out absolutely perfect. Off screen, I went ahead and die cut another one just using the die with the plain white cardstock. I'm going to put some connect glue that I have in a fine tip bottle over the top and then place my blended petal or my blended flowers over the top. That's just going to add the stability to my image. Now, as I mentioned earlier, I was having a bit of a rough day when I was creating this card, but I really wanted to create with this stencil. I didn't know what I wanted to do for a background, and this is my default. This is my go to background technique. is I am doing some blending, of course. I'm using those same colors. So this is the Orchid collection. I started with a piece of layering weight white cardstock cut to 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And I ink blended first with the light Orchid. And I blended it so that as I get down towards the bottom, it fades off into white. Then I came in with medium Orchid, blended that about halfway through. And as I got to the halfway point, again, I just got a little lighter handed so that it faded off and then finished it off with the dark Orchid. Now, for that, I did use the large blending brushes from Spellbinders, mainly because they're really nice and fluffy and they are really great when you want to get a soft background like that. I love to add splatters to my backgrounds, and for this, I am going to use some Black Star ink. I placed a couple drops on my work surface along with a couple drops of water. The water, I'm not mixing with the black ink. I really use that to wet my brush and then pick up the black ink and added the splatters to the background. I'm using my scoring board to score a panel of heavyweight white cardstock. So it's going to be an A2 size side folding card base. I'm going to then add some tape runner to the front of my card, and then I can line up my blended panel. And now, even though I layered a piece of cardstock behind my flowers, I mainly use that for stability. I still like to add some foam squares to the back of a lot of my images. You could die cut more cardstock and layer it up for that dimensional look, but I'm using the Gina K Designs foam squares. And let me tell you, the backing of those foam squares are the easiest to take off. Now I can work on my sentiment. So I have the Friendly Pastures, that super cute set with all these cows. I'm dying to play with that set. But there was a sentiment on there that I just thought would be really fitting. So I have a piece of scratch cardstock. This is still the layering weight white cardstock. And I'm stamping the sentiment in some black ink. I'm going to use the coordinating die to trim it out. And then I'm going to die cut this with my mini intricate die cut machine, mainly because that was such a small strip of cardstock. But I like to use up the rest of that cardstock. So I do die cut my sentiment out about 3 times from that scrap cardstock. If you use a heavier weight cardstock, then you would probably only need maybe 1 or 2. I added liquid glue to the top of those plain die cut pieces and then stacked up my sentiment. So that is nice and dimensional. The placement of my sentiment has a little opening where it would possibly be saggy. So I added a strip of foam square right in the center and then liquid glue around the edges and attached that to that little open area between the stems. So this is actually a recreation of my card that I did, and I did kind of tweak things a little bit here. I am going to add some clear quartz sequins from Gina K Designs. I always start by placing them out first, and then I'll come in with my liquid glue and my pick and stick tool to place those down. Another thing that I added here is I am adding, I guess maybe we could call it stippling. I'm adding some white gel pen dots just to the base of all of the leaves. So I really love that look. I think it just kind of adds a little bit of interest to my flowers. Now, again, I will have all of my supplies that I used today linked down below in the video description and over on my blog. I hope you all enjoyed today's inspiration. If you did, I would love it if you became a subscriber, and be sure to hit that like button or that notify button so you're notified when new videos are posted. Thank you so much for joining me today. Here is another video I think you might enjoy.